this is Steve Cohen with his first chance to actually win over a player who's young. And I think he learned his lesson from the Scherzers and the Verlanders and the big money there. He's going the complete opposite direction where you get a player who should be in his prime years for a while now. And if David Stearns is into getting a player like that, I think they're able to get him. That is like the classic 80s, 90s music where you're doing cool things and they're just showing a montage and Juan Soto's all over the country at different MLB ballparks. But here's the latest update on Soto. So we covered him on Friday, Kratz, with the Steve Cohen meeting and the Mets meeting that's going down in California this week. And immediately the Yankees see the discussion on FT and you get one of these. Yeah, we're going to have to set up a meeting as well, even though he really knows us. We've spent the entire year, but we get last dibs. So please set up a meeting, Mr. Boris, with the Yankees brass. Thank you very much.
I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, he was there the whole year. They couldn't have talked to him during the year, telling him exactly how they felt. Got to be in. Everybody else should be standing in a line, like waiting for a hot dog at the hot dog vendor, just waiting. Who's next? Next.
Yeah, but how many teams are really going to make a pitch if they don't have the dollars to shed? Like, to me, AJ, I think most teams should save it now. Okay, so we talked last week, for example, about San Francisco and Chicago. I mean, they literally can't afford him based on the reports that came out. So why are you going to make a pitch?
Why not? Maybe you never know. Maybe you sign him for $2 million like they did with Shohei.
And defer it until 3,080 and just hope that maybe we're on Mars by then? Like, what's the plan here?
Try it. Why not? If you would have gone to 29 other teams, said Shohei will take $2 million and defer $68 million for 9 years, most teams would have taken that deal. But he only went to the Dodgers with that deal. And Soto Boris doesn't normally do that, so it's going to be different. But by the way, that's Nick Price. Schumann, you win.
Schumann, congrats. Send me a DM on Instagram to Foul Territories IG, please. With your address.
Foul Territory will get you a signed ball from Kratz. Nobody wants that. I'm kidding.
Nobody wants. That's a BP baseball.
AJ signed baseball from midair during his flight when he jumped off.
But anyway. Listen. I don't know where Soto's going to go. I mean, it seems like he's got all the big fish in there. I mean, it seems like it's going to be New York Mets or Yankees. But if the Giants jump in, if the Dodgers jump in, if the Cubs jump in, Blue Jays jump in, who knows what they might come up with?
Why not raise the price? If you're the Phillies, I get it. You don't have a legitimate shot at them. Why not raise the price? You know how Boris works. Boris is taking everybody's offers and going back to those teams, and then they're going to come back to you. And it's just, it's a pissing match. Obviously, you don't want to be caught in an auction. The old auction where you're holding up your number just to bid the price up for someone else, and all of a sudden you get caught with some pottery you don't want. But it's for a good cause. It's what's the worst that can happen? You bid up Juan Soto and then you go and win a World Series? Just saying.
Is it best to go last in your pitch if you're the Yankees? Also, I'm just going to clear the decks here and say it's the Mets or the Yanks. The outside chance in my mind is maybe a team like Philadelphia. No. Who's number three? Who's number three?
Dodgers.
I don't see it. So, okay. I've got Mets or Yankees by far making the two best offers. Everything else is just foo-foo. So is it best for the Yankees to swoop in second? Because I also think there's a legit chance that the Mets destroy the Yankees offer. I think there is a chance that the Mets have more payroll flexibility and Steve Cohen does not care about losing money on his team on a year-to-year basis, in the sense that overall his franchise valuation is going to go up. You guys don't see that? You don't see a scenario where the Yankees finish at 530 and the Mets go to 600?
Here's the biggest problem I have with this whole situation. Shohei Ohtani made a bunch of money for the team he signed with. Juan Soto's not going to generate the same money. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, people are saying he's going to get what Shohei got. And listen, I hope he gets every dollar that he can get. But man, it's just hard for me as a person looking at it from the outside to say Juan Soto's never won an MVP. Juan Soto's He won the World Series in 2019. But gosh, I just don't know that there's a team out there other than the Mets that's going to say, man, here's 700 million, 600 million, 500, whatever the number might be. It's just really hard for me to find that team because, again, you're paying for a guy who's been a great player, but is he worth more than Ohtani's worth? To me,
Yes.
this is just me personally. No, he's not.
No. I don't think he's worth more than Ohtani. But to answer your prior question, it is a guarantee that he is going to do better than Ohtani's present day contract, which was, let's say, if you want to go on the high end, the value at 465-ish mil. Juan Soto is getting, at least in my mind, $500 million. The only way he doesn't is if he says, I want to break the average annual value record, which I think for Ohtani is in the 46 million. Like, so say, because there's a few different numbers that people have for how much the present day contract is worth. But say the 460, so he's at about $46 million a year. And Soto says, I want to do 50. The problem with that is you're going to crush the team's luxury tax number. And so it not only means the team has to pay more money on the dollar as they continue to go over that number, but they also get penalized, draft picks, international bonus money. It's a real pain. So in my mind, here's what's going to happen. Soto's going to say, I want to crush the present day overall money value of a contract, just like Harper did back in the day, right? And they spread that over a long period of time. I think Soto is going to do the same thing. So it could end up looking like a 14, 15-year deal and be in the mid 30s, right? It could be like $35 million a year, but you're getting yourself into the 500 millions on present day value. That's how I see it. Kratz, what do you think?
No, I completely agree. I just think there is a way back to the whole, like, a way, why would another team get in on it? Because we don't know what those things are. You just mentioned two different options of what he wants. Does he want to break the average annual value, or does he want to break the overall contract present day value? And I think there might be a niche for certain teams to get in there, and teams that have openly said we're okay breaking that, breaking through that last luxury tax. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that pitch is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is easy, Kratz. It's just it's Mets or Yanks, and let the highest bid win. It's that simple.
But if you're another team, you can't let it be just Mets and Yanks. Even if you don't think you have a shot, you can't let it be just Mets and Yanks.
The reason I'm saying that is because I don't think other teams are going to go to $500+ million for a player like this. And sure, AJ's reasoning does play into it. Is Juan Soto going to generate you crazy amounts of marketing money from other companies, and especially Japanese companies? Obviously not. He's not going to generate any of that for you. You're signing this guy for what he's doing on the field. You're signing him because you say, I think he has 8 years left of being a top 5 hitter in the sport. And that to me is worth 50 something million dollars. So instead I'm going to give him a contract that's worth double the years so I can spread the money out and not get completely annihilated by a luxury tax number that frankly is way too low. It got negotiated at such a low number that the higher end teams are signing guys for long periods of time. Trey Turner, how's Trey Turner going to look when he's like 40? That's what his contract runs into. That contract was signed because the Phillies get to spread the money out. It's not a secret. The same thing's going to happen here with Juan Soto, and there's two teams that can do it. It's the Mets or the Yanks. And I actually think, Derek, our host over at Pinstripe Territory, brought up a point in our little group chat right now, and he said, Hal is going to say to him, do you want to be a Yankee? And if the answer is anything but an emphatic yes, he will walk away. But my answer would be if I'm Soto, my answer is an emphatic yes, but also I want market value. And the market might say the Mets are offering me 500 something million dollars. And if the Yankees say we can't offer you that much, then do you really want me to be a Yankee? Because I know you can afford me at the price that the Mets are going to throw out there. But the Mets, I think, are going to be more ballsy about it. That's my prediction. If the Mets really want him, they're going to get him because I think the Yankees have a hard stop, and I don't think the Mets do. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. The problem is I just don't know that he's worth it. And I mean, I might get a call from Scott Boras saying this later, but to me, there was one guy that was worth this, and it was Shohei, because he pitches, he hits, he's won MVPs, he now has a World Series, and the marketing money you generate off of his name is unlike no other. He is a unicorn, and that's why I thought he was worth it. I've said this for a long time. I don't know that Soto is worth it. Now, that doesn't mean a team doesn't think he's worth it. But to me, I mean, do I see a 10-year 400, something like that? Yeah, but I don't know that I see a 10-year, 12-year 500, 600 million, because it just is so much to give up for one player. I mean, the Angels were stuck with Pujols for a long time. Pujols was a good player, but they're stuck with him, and just see a lot of these contracts. And when they get to the back end, they're just not worth what they were. And it kind of handcuffs you as an organization. Now, do the Mets care? I don't know. Do the Yankees care? The Yankees have shown a propensity to care a lot more, because they have Judge, they have Cole, and they have Stanton. Those are already 3 gigantic deals that they have on tap. You throw in Soto, there's 4. Does it handcuff the rest of your organization? That's the big question mark you have to answer.
Yeah, Rodon's pretty big too in terms of what he's getting paid over the next several years. I know there's some conversation in the chat about marketing money that he could initiate from Dominican Republic or other Latin American countries. Just being totally realistic on business, that doesn't operate like that. It's not even close. Japanese companies have a ton of money in marketing dollars for baseball players. We have not seen the same type of business come from Latin America. Is there some? Sure, but it's not even in the same stratosphere as Japan. That's a fact. It's a hard fact. So something to keep in mind. For me, I don't disagree with you guys on the value he's going to bring outside of the field. Although if he does bring you some championships, you're making, if you're a big market team, $50+ million off a championship season, 100, maybe more. But I do see what you're saying. I'm just trying to weigh what's actually going to happen. And in my mind, this is Steve Cohen with his first chance to actually win over a player who's young. And I think he learned his lesson from the Scherzers and the Verlanders and the big money there. He's going the complete opposite direction, where you get a player who should be in his prime years for a while now. And if David Stearns is into getting a player like that, I think they're able to get him.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.